write the smallest C program ever, which is both a learning exercise and a way to become familiar with basic C language syntax and structure. In Code Blocks, click the New button and choose Empty File. Type the source code along with me. Main, all lowercase, a set of empty parentheses, a space, and a set of empty curly brackets. Press Enter to end the line. Save this source code file. Click the Save button and use your working folder to save the file as dummy, D-U-M-M-Y, .c. The source code file is created and saved. Let's click the Build button, and the code compiles. What you've created is the absolute minimum C program known as the dummy. All C source code must have a main function. This is where the program execution starts, and the contents of the main function are enclosed in curly brackets. Here everything is empty, which is okay, although you might see a compiler warning, which isn't critical. The program was created. Click the Run button to run the dummy program. And nothing happens. That's predictable because the code does nothing. I hope you aspire to be a C coder capable of more than the dummy code. In fact, at minimum, you can address the warning in the Build Messages tab. The main function is defined as an integer function. That means it returns an integer or whole number value to the operating system. To make the main function an integer function, type the C keyword int before the word main and ensure that a space separates them both. While you can write your code all on a single line in the editor, I'm going to put the curly brackets each on a line by themselves, which is traditional. As an integer function, main must return a value to the operating system. After the first curly bracket, press the Enter key. The editor automatically indents the text. This is the traditional way C code is formatted, and this is formatting, not syntax. Type the word return and then a number. I'll let you pick any number you want. I'm going to type 3, and I'm putting the number in parentheses, though you can leave the number hanging there. Just put a space between return and 3, and then you need to put a semicolon at the end of the statement. C language statements end in semicolons. Click the Save button, and now click Build. And as you see, there's an error. What is the error? Oh, I misspelled return. It needs an R. There we go. Now I'm a clever human. See, anyone can make an error. Now let's try building this, saving it, and building it again. This time, no errors. Let me go ahead and run it and see what happens. Okay, it has no output again, but as you see in this message here, the process returned 3. That's the value 3 that was returned from the program to the operating system. The dummy program doesn't do much other than generate a value and send it back to the operating system as you just saw. Yet, this basic skeleton is the structure upon which all C programs are built, from the small and silly to the grand and opulent. All it takes is more knowledge of C, and you're already on your way. A program has to do something. That something involves taking input and generating output. Input and output form the famous computer duo I and O, and it's what programming is all about. This is how a typical C program works. It's a machine that accepts input, does something to it, then generates output. If the program doesn't do anything, then it's basically plumbing. What goes in comes out. The C library offers a host of output functions. Of the lot, 3 are the most popular. They are pronounced printf, putchar, and puts. Each function sends 1 or more characters to the standard output device, which is the screen or terminal. Each is declared in the standard I/O header file, and these functions are part of the standard C programming library. The traditional first C program is called Hello World. It outputs the text Hello World. In fact, it's the default skeleton that Code Blocks produces when you start a new project. The code shown here is similar to that traditional program. Source code is read top down. At the top you see the word include. This is a preprocessor directive. it instructs the compiler to include or add to the code the contents of the stdio, or standard IO, file. This instruction is carried out at compile time. Be aware that the stdio header, or any header file included in your code, is not a C library. The header file merely contains definitions and other helpful routines. The rest of the code is standard C structure for the main function, with the addition of a single function at line 5. Here, the puts function sends a string of text to standard output. So what's a string? A string is a collection of characters enclosed in double quotes. The string doesn't include the double quotes, which serve to define the text between them. The string is missing here, so your job is to type it in. You can type whatever you want as long as it's enclosed in double quotes. So I will type, "Thrilled to meet you." The code block's editor automatically supplies the closing quote, and you can type it anyway. This doesn't change anything, and the string here is highlighted in blue text. Save the updated source code file. Click the Save icon, and then let's build and run to see what it does. Click the Build and Run button. And the text is output exactly as you typed it. I hope you enjoy the instant feedback. It's one of those satisfying things about learning to program. Feedback, either from errors or a successful test run, really helps motivate you to learn more exciting things about C programming.